in 2010 from the World Horse Welfare. He is currently the tallest horse in the entire United Kingdom, and possibly the tallest horse in all of Europe, standing at 19.2 hands high. At the moment, Digger is still a remount, meaning he's not yet reached a standard that makes him steady and reliable on parade, but he is only quite young still. And the kit he is wearing is an exercise kit, specially made for him due to his size. Ladies and gentlemen, perhaps a gentle round of applause for the very young but enthusiastic Digger. Next up then, coming at an unusual trot, bearing in mind that the drum horses were only ever supposed to be ridden in war, but clearly that's Achilles, showing his heels. Thank you. His stable name is Rodney. He's 17.2 hands high. He's a Black Shire cross Clydesdale. He passed out on the Trooping of the Colour 2008, where he was officially given his name. All the drum horses are named after Greek gods, and for one of these horses, the mane and tail or feathers to be trimmed, permission must be given by Her Majesty the Queen, which she rarely does, hence they look quite shabby. But nonetheless, I think you'll agree, quite stylish. So that, ladies and gentlemen, are Digger and Achilles. Now please remember that these horses, when dressed in full state kit, the drum horses carry the rank of Major. So the commentary box will be bracing up, not for Digger because he's just in his exercise kit, it's like wearing tracksuit bottoms for him. Instead we will be bracing up for Achilles, who's dressed for parade. Also in the arena you should see the very smart Captain Anton Lynn. He's riding his charger. The officers' chargers are selected out of the troop horses by the officers and then trained up in order to become the officers' chargers on parade. They're usually all black, but not necessarily, as it's more down to their temperament and ability than how they're coloured. They tend to be big and bold enough to stand out on parade. They're ridden out the front of every division of horses, and they need to be confident enough to be ridden alone, separated away from the rest of the herd or the troop. The officer will give commands for movement, and the sword flourish for any salute. So thank you, Captain Lynn. Next up then, you'll see our only grey in this parade of horses. The cavalry grey is recognised as the trumpeter's horse throughout the regiment. Riding next to the field officers on every parade, it is used today to signal the various salutes and paces used on a ceremonial parade. I'm not sure if we're going to get a tune out of him this time, but we just might. If he's feeling enthusiastic. Maybe not. More about the horse than the rider. So, relying on the words of command from the officer to the troops in the form of different trumpet calls, the trumpeters control the parade at a distance. The horse, being grey, is used as it stands out when dressed in the lines, giving troops in battle an indication of the location of the chain of command and where the next orders will be coming from. Please note that the trumpeters ride the greys, not the field officers, because whilst they stand out on parade to our own side, they also stand out on parade to the enemy. And now, finally, we have the lay-down horse. Ladies and gentlemen, these are our specialist horses, ridden here by the Rough Riders, who are more commonly known as the Monkey Men, who wear the uniforms of the 1820s stable dress. This uniform is less constricting than the full ceremonial uniform worn by the rest of the musical ride. During the times when the Household Cavalry went into battle, these horses were essential, as all the soldiers could then lie their horses down and remount them from the ground, therefore providing cover from fire. Other reasons for lying the horses down is so that they could then lay in wait and surprise for the enemy by hiding in tall grass where their horses were laid down, so when the enemy got close they could then remount their horses quickly and charge immediately into battle. The horses were also used as firing posts, so the horse would be laid down and could be fired over, acting as protection for the soldier. Ladies and gentlemen, it is occasionally important for you to remember that horses are a weapon of war, or have been a weapon of war, and are far less valuable than the man riding them. The training of these lay-down horses can take from 1 month to 6 months, depending on the temperament of the horse. And then, once it is up to standard, it can then join the musical ride performance in front of the public. There are two positions for a lay-down horse. Once the horse is laid down, the rider can have the horse either laid in the upright position or fully down, both of which will be demonstrated during the musical ride. To remount the horses,